So this was just gonna be a basic walkthrough about how I managed to play solo queue. It's duos, but thought I'd still go about them. So here I am, deciding I'm gonna land hot, hoping to get a gun. So at this point when I land, I notice that only one person landed with me. Start punching down. After the first 3 hits, I decided I wasn't going to be able to actually win that fight. So let me get ready to go back. I knew he wasn't going to come for me, but I decided I'll take a look anyway. Just listening out for footsteps and everything.
Give me a second. Fixing up.
Also, I'm really not trying on this video. I just thought I'd do it for fun. So, bear with me while I commentate throughout this whole thing. Decided to push back. I know that they're fighting. I don't hear anybody here, but I'm still prepared. Decided to put out my drone, see if there's anybody in that area. I realize there's not. Notice I don't really have the ammo to actually get into a fight. So I'm trying to look for anything that could help me do better in the situation I'm in. But also playing it smart. At this point, I know that there's a Bangalore all the way at the other side. I don't know where she is exactly, so I decided to just throw a grenade, see if I can get some damage, see if I can get ready for a fight. At this point, I hear 2 people. I don't know where they are. I hear one to my left, one to the right. And at this point, just working on making sure that they don't know that I'm here. At this point, I should have died, but he decided to pull back. So I got lucky there.
Recharging my shields. Give me a second. Fixing up.
What got me even more lucky was that I heard 2 people coming up a zip line from the other side. So I knew that those 2 were going to end up fighting instead of trying to fight me. But then I heard them start coming my way, so I said, let me get high ground to prepare coverage, better positioning. Put my drone out to make sure I know if they're going to come up here and I can at least be ready. And when you're fighting in squads like this and you run it solo, you want to be able to isolate. You want to fight one-on-one instead of fighting both of them at the same time. At this point, I don't know what happened. I should have died. I just meleeed and then stood completely still. So I tried to block off the option of getting in. That didn't work out. Got him.
Kill leader, huh? Not anymore.
Attention.
Now at this point I didn't really hear anybody, so I decided it was time for me to loot up, get myself geared, have ammo finally. Take a time to look at everything I have. In case if any squads come through here. I have shield swaps, I have ammo, I have heals, everything that's gonna help me do better in a 1v2.
I'm fine. Fixing up. I'm on the grid. This'll work.
Now at this point, I believe I heard people. No. So over here I was just trying to look around, try to figure out if anybody was nearby, see if I was alone or not. So I throw my drone off if there's no squads, I step outside, realize I didn't need anything. Then I heard someone shoot at me, so I go back. Now what I was trying to do here was trying to find out who was shooting at me. And when I did find out who shot at me, you'll see here. I thought I can antagonize them to get them to push me, and hopefully if I got them to push me, I'd get them into the building and isolate them and take them down one at a time.
Hold on. Shields are charging. Hold on. Shields are charging.
So I think this is the time where I almost died, and it was completely my fault. But at the same time, they didn't push me for what I was hoping for. I knew that if they took the jump cannon, I would have had enough time to heal. But everything I planned out didn't work the way I planned.
Hold on. Shields are charging.
So I'm healing up.
Give me
I
a
decide I'm not going to really fight this anymore. I'm not going to mess with them. But then I heard the gravity cannon go off on the other side. I wasn't sure if one was pushing separately to just get around me and lock me in. So I decided to come over here and check it out. I heard them running up, and that's when they knew I was here, and it was a completely different squad. So I'm doing my best to just let them know that I'm here to either A, try to push me, and then once again isolate them, take them both down, or B, just let them know to leave me alone.
Getting eyes in the sky.
I hear them running up the side instead of taking the zip line, so I throw my drone down, get out of his range, get to the other side. But neither one of them wanted the smoke. Backed up. Now the reason I hate playing duos like this is that when you're alone, you really have to have close range guns if you want to be a fight pusher. You can't have anything that's too long range because
I'm recalling
if
my
you get into a fight, someone sneaks up on you, or you're inside of buildings and you have doors and all that, you don't have the proper guns in order to fight that. So I prepared myself for fights that were up in person because I was planning on pushing everyone, but at the same time, everyone had long range and was fighting from a distance. So my gun loadout didn't work the way I really initiated it to. At that point, I heard one person back up and was getting ready, and I realized they were coming around from the other side. So while I could hear them, they couldn't hear me. I decided that if they're going to try to push around me, I'm going to be ready for that. As it turns out right here though, only one of them pushed up, went outside, so I decided to block off his movement that was going to come back in, and look for the second one that I thought would push behind. Fortunately that didn't happen, so I decided to listen out for them, realize that they were going to go around, and I waited until it was
That's a fire ring.
easy
Got
to
to
take
keep
them
moving.
down. Alright, so now that I have one knock, see where the second was, make sure that he couldn't get in my way.
Eyes in the sky.
Now this is another situation where I should have died. But he was too scared and he jumped down. I knew he jumped down, so I stayed there and I healed. Now once I knew that this guy didn't just leave right away, I had a feeling his teammate would come back for him, and I didn't want to leave that to be an opportunity.
Recharging my shields.
So I decided that I would stay here, listen out any other squads, make sure that he couldn't come back, get his teammate, and also make sure that I can take him down and get them out of the game. So this is the isolation part I'm talking about. Once down, it's a 1v1 now. This guy ran away. And right here, I expected him to push me again. He didn't. That was his downfall because he had 2 clean shots on me. I was allowed to fully heal up. And instead of trying to come in and push me and go for a kill, he decided it was time to rev his teammate's banner. And it's game plans like this where I tell people, you always want to push the fight, but you also want to be smart and figure out where people are and what they're doing. This guy made himself now, time to heal up, make sure I'm all set for the next fight. Got 30 seconds for the ring.
Seconds. It's time to go.
Now, one thing I do got to say is that Apex needs to fix their audio cues, because there are tons of times where I'm right in front of someone and I don't hear them until it's last second, or because I see them. I'm down here looting. I see these guys. I was gonna wait until they ran past me, but this cost me definitely. Now, another situation where I should have died, and my drone was still up, so that I decided to throw my drone, know where he was. I couldn't find the madman, so that was my problem. I had the caustic in one spot, but I didn't know where the madman was. So the caustic was still on. I saw the madman, and I realized that if I stayed there, I would have lost that fight. So I pulled off to get some distance into a better place where I could fight and isolate them. So the Mad Maggie's plan was to actually cut me off, and it backfired on her because her caustic wasn't with her. I'm pretty sure the caustic was off looting that body that I ran away from. I thought caustic was really behind me at first, coming from the stairs. So I had climbed up here to get a heal off, and that's when I heard caustic coming nearby, so I jumped down. I knew he was taking damage from range, and I knew him jumping down would give me a better opportunity to take him out as well. Now at this point, I knew that there weren't any other squads near me. It's all the way in range, round 2. I didn't have anything to worry about, but my problem, this is where my problem started here. I was trying to figure out whether or not if I needed more ammo, if I needed more heals, and I didn't equip myself to what I should have equipped myself. As you can see, I left a whole bunch of heals in this area, and you'll see why that didn't work out.
The next ring is not close. They are watching it. Yeah, replicate incoming.
At this point, I should have taken more shield cells instead. In the heart of the moment, I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how the end game was going to be.
Give me a second. Fixing up.
Now at this point, I keep taking a look at the squad counts, trying to figure out where people are and hearing me shooting. I know that they're pushing those fights because this fight was over and it was in ring, so I doubted that anyone was going to be near me. That's why I didn't bother checking. At this point, I knew that there were squads fighting in the distance, and I didn't want to go to them because running 2 squads is where I would have died. Now here, I didn't see them up until last moment, and I should have hit them. So I knew that they were going to push me, so I decided to get them isolated. Bloodhound, isolated. Now the problem that happened here is that we were getting shot at by 2 squads. The other thing was Bangalore decided for some reason it was going to Pez instead of go for a kill, and I was worried about the other squad behind me, so but I decided to take the Bangalore smoke as an advantage and get away from that. Now my problem was I didn't have enough heals thanks to this fight. And now those bodies that I had wanted to loot, that would have had all of my shields for later on,
Recharging my shield.
that's where it messed up for me.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Once I saw position revealed by Ash, I knew I just had to get out of there before they came and pushed me, because if I would have stayed in one spot, it would have been over. Now at this point, I hear shooting again, so I'm trying to check out if I can see them, you know, get some focus on them. Maybe they're gonna have to definitely push up to circle. So I thought that they'd take this gravity cannon, and as long as they couldn't see me, I knew one would probably get in, and I could probably take on the other one on my own. But none of that happened, so I prepared for nothing.
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown.
Now this is where I heard the shooting and decided I would go and check it out. I couldn't see the person that was getting sniped at. I tried getting a higher look, and they just weren't there. So I decided I'd try to stay at a small corner where I kind of blended in easily, thanks to my crypto outfit. But I do have to say that this is the problem with Apex. You have to look around all your surroundings, or someone like me is going to get you killed. Because those two idiots walked right by. I heard the other squad. I thought they were coming my direction, but instead they actually both met up around that rock, and I took advantage of it. Once I knew one was running, the other squad came to the person that stayed behind. That's when I decided to go around the one that was healing. He actually was full health. So I threw out my drone. After breaking his shield, I knew he was going to probably try to push me, so by putting my drone out, it'd make him too slow to actually get to me. That's what I was hoping for. And then we got pushed by another squad, that Revenant. You'll see right now. I thought they were the same squad at first. Not one. I didn't expect the second. That's when I had to pull back again, heal up. And once again, I'm low on heals. No time to loot. I know I had that Ash down, but I'm pretty sure she got res, because later on over here, and this is where I put both of them. I was hoping to push into this building to have some sort of heals, that way I'd be ready for a next fight. But it all went downhill from here.
Recharging my shields.
These guys had no option but to push into ring on an open field. That Ash. So he was down. I tried to push the Ash, but that's when I knew the other squad had killed them, and I didn't want them to push me. So I thought I'd come try to find something to ward them off. And this is where I messed up. While these guys were in this section, I should have pushed over to that ring, but I didn't have enough. So my mistake was turning around and trying to loot the people that had just died.
Ring is close. Plan that nicely. Recharging my shield. Ring's not that far.
So the important thing about Apex is you have to have good positioning, good map knowledge, right? Know what to do, know what not to do. And I did pretty good up until this point.
30 seconds. I should finish up here.
I knew that they had cover, so I was trying to find some way to fight them in that long range.
10
When I look
seconds
back
left.
at this, I think to
Time's
myself,
up.
I should have taken in the snipers that were available to fight this. But these guys had good positioning, good guns.
Getting shot at.
Come here, come here,
Shields are
Make
charging.
her the lowest percentage plays against these.
Throwing grenade. Switching to drone view. Watch my back. Making the new switch. Backing out of my zone. I'm good to go. Someone is
Here I'm
trying
throwing grenades, hoping I
Throwing
could
thermite
reach
grenade.
behind that, just get them ticked, make them try to... But didn't work out.
Hold on. Shields are charging. Using a Phoenix kit. Watch my back.
Final round. Beginning ring countdown.
Taking fire. Recharging my shields.
I had been playing ranked for quite a while, and last ring usually ends up
Ring
in
is not
about
that far.
5-6 squads, all
Thermite
using
grenade out.
peacekeepers inside of a building trying to kill each other. That's what I prepared myself for, and that's not at all what happened. It was 2 people with snipers
Hold
camping
on.
with rampart
Shields are
shields.
charging. 30 seconds. I
At
should
this
finish
point,
it
I
here.
had just wanted to give up. I knew I had no way I could win, so I tried just going forward, and at a point, I kept telling myself, you know what, just mess with them, get them done, and just annoy them, maybe one more week, and then I'll clip them in the head with the peacekeeper.
Just 10 seconds. Time to disappear.
Dealt a little bit of damage to this guy, not enough. And then at that point, I had no more heals,
Progress.
so I just gave up.
Final ring. Very well. Give me a second. Fixing up.
Well, that's how I played my duos match, though.
We have our Apex champions.
Like I said, I thought I'd just do this for fun, so if anybody actually watched this, I hope you did enjoy. That's how you ended a game with 9 kills and 2,000, almost 3,000 damage.